Cool. Welcome back to the Bowen Training Podcast, episode 6. So we've got another guest today. We've got Big Jase, as many of you know him, well-renowned coach, bodybuilder. So welcome, Jase. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Good. As I said, just had a massive meal, so bloated, but excited to get on the podcast.
Yeah, good man. Cool. How's things how's lockdown treating you?
You know, it's quite. I feel like a full-time bodybuilder. You know, let's be honest, it's quite nice. Everyone's resting a bit more. Everyone's expenditure's a bit lower. So, you know, from a training standpoint, a lot of us are actually benefiting. Where we're lacking in kit, we're probably not lacking in recovery, which, you know, is quite of a counterbalance, which, you know, I think a lot of people should try and carry that recovery over into the normal life. But obviously, some people can't work and stuff. So, you know, it's quite nice. You know, I've got the same meals every day because I've not got anything in my way. So it's quite nice in that sense. And having every meal straight out the air fryer rather than out of Tupperware. So there's a few little luxuries.
Mate, it makes a difference. 100%.
Oh.
Like, it's like from not being on the gym floor, my, like you say, recovery is 10 times better.
Massive, mate. When you're on the gym floor, your steps are probably like 15K a day. They're probably down by 10K. So your recovery, especially both in and off season, I know Charlie's in a little deficit, but it makes a massive difference.
Yeah. I think yesterday I only did 250 steps.
That's just lazy.
I'm basically upstairs and downstairs to get like each meal.
For the kitchen,
yeah,
yeah, it's in the
that's
kitchen.
pretty much what it is. So there's a few benefits, like when you look at if you do track recovery. I personally don't track. I'm not too keen. I don't track my steps at the minute. I will later down the line, but not now. So if you do track them, you'll see a massive change there.
Yeah. So your activity is pretty low. What about food and things? Food changed much or?
Jamie's very old school, man. You know, I've not had a cereal in a long time. I do miss it. So my meals, I don't ever work out my food. I just get it sent to me. I just swallow it and pick it up. But I know my protein's probably around 400 grams a day because each meal is 220 grams of chicken or 220 grams. Like when I prep people, I like to give 150 because that's manageable. So, you know, I have 2 steak meals at 220, 2 chicken meals at 220, 2 salmon meals at 220. So that's 1.2 kilos of meat a day.
Is that all cooked weight?
That's cooked weight, yeah.
Wow.
Not raw.
So raw weight.
So you can imagine, like, when I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know, I've had even 220 of chicken's a lot of chicken. So
That is a lot of chicken.
yeah, it's a lot of food. So
How much
even
is that raw weight? How much is that raw weight?
It's always like 70 grams, 50 to 70 grams raw. So probably like 300 grams of chicken raw.
Yeah, man. To be fair, like I said it on the post I did today, my protein's gone up. Like I'm doing 280 raw. Like, and I notice a big difference in fullness and things.
Oh yeah, I feel when my red meat's higher, I can feel a massive difference in fullness. This year I use a lot of red meat. I'm not usually a high-fat guy, but I use a lot of red meat this year. You just feel a bit fuller, just especially when it's slow digesting as well.
Yeah.
100%. And what's the carbs? What are they looking like? Are they high? Are they moderate? Or
they're probably around 600, if I'm honest, with a few biscuits here and there slipping in.
well, biscuits.
Yeah. It's the off-season. So I'll be honest, in the off-season, like, if I fancy something, I have it.
Yeah.
But if I don't fancy something, my food's so high, I don't fancy something every day. So if I walked into the shop like today and I want 1 pack of wine gums all day, I'm going to have 1 little pack of wine gums. You know?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, you should be able to do that.
Yeah.
You should be, you know, but the problem, what happens is off-season, people have 10 packs of wine gums and don't actually hit their content for the day.
Yeah.
So food's
So-
high, like,
So you
one
say
of my meals.
in off-season, sorry, so if you have your structured meals, do you think it's fine to eat around that? Like if you...
You know, because it's the off season for me, and I'm quite lucky, as in I don't really put on much body fat. You know, if I always say, like, if I fancy something, I have it, but it depends where you are with your physique. You know, the tolerance you can get away with. So I can get away with a lot, but if you can't, then you know you need to be a bit more meticulous. But I do like to see the off season as like a mental switcher for me as well. You know, like if I walk into a shop, I don't want to be like I have to restrict myself, but you know, for example, like when I talk about that pack of wine gums, that's happened once this week, you know?
Yeah.
So I'd rather do that. But a lot of guys go out in like off season and they don't hit the nutritional content, and then that's why they don't improve.
Yeah. And also, you're a bigger guy, so you can get away with your calories are already going to be up there. So that's not going to make a difference anyway, really.
Yeah. So like the carbs are right. Like I'm using potato, baby rice, and rice. So like one of my meals is 300 grams of rice, which is a lot of rice.
Yeah.
But over time, you just build a tolerance to it, like it's normal now.
Yeah. I think my food's about already because I basically just did like a mini cut. But I'm going back into like off season. My metabolism has just gone like that, so I'm already having to push my food really fucking hard already. And I don't like cereal post workout, to be honest. I don't because it's like processed and shit. So I like sushi.
Yeah.
Like sushi rice is just so nice. Like 170 grams of that, perfect. But
it's just about what goes. Like if the cereal don't go down well for you, just change it.
Yeah.
Personal preference. Everyone works differently.
Yeah. 100%.
So, leading on to like you guys being, well, you guys are taller than me. What are you like? What are you, Jay? 6'3"?
No, I'm 6.
I'm taller than Jase.
Yeah, I'm about 6'1", 6'2".
That's why I need to be 300 pounds.
Yeah, that's why I need to be as well. I think I'm like 278 or something like that. I'll check tomorrow.
Yeah. What's the most you've been?
128. So I think that's like 285.
285, yeah.
You know, when I got to 128 and it just wasn't going up.
Yeah.
It hit a wall for about 6 weeks. I remember I was eating like McDonald's every night and nothing was working.
No.
But you know, my dirtiest bulk was probably my best bulk. So weird the way it works.
Says a lot though, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean?
They are ugly, but you end up putting a lot of muscle on them from them.
Oh, you do, man. You got a lot of food when you're training. You're fueled up. You know, like I said, when I did a dirty bulk, I felt shit going to bed because I was so full. But the next day when it came to train, I felt anything could move in the gym, and that's when you're gonna grow. When you go in the gym and you think, oh, you know, subconsciously this might move today, you're in a good place with your training. You know, it's like I feel like. Sorry? I feel like...
When your performance is high and to do it, mate, you're going to grow 100%.
Yeah, like when people use the term the off-season gets ugly, I don't think that's just the look. I think it's the way you feel daily. It's not a nice feeling, but, you know, in my head, I'm like, if that translates to my training, so be it.
Yeah. When me and Jake did our perma bulks in like 2018, when we got fat as fuck, I remember... pushing food so much that I had to down every meal with chicken and rice with water. And I ate them all. I threw it up everywhere in my fucking car.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. Funny story. So Charlie threw up in his car and then came to pick him up from the gym and hadn't cleaned it out, so I had to sit on the car. And it's like, Charlie, what's that smell? I'm just sick.
Rice, mate.
And he still went and trained. Yeah, I remember when I pushed it last year, like, I used to have like throughout the day 150 grams of Vitargo just in a bottle of water and just sip it throughout the day. Yeah,
it's like an intraday.
I used to cane the dextrose and Vitargo, but Jamie's not a massive user. You know, I haven't used it in a long time.
What about intra?
Yeah. Sorry?
What about intra? Do you use intra?
I don't use any intra carbs, which is you know, I am a massive advocate for intra carbs. I think they're so crucial. But, you know, like I said, he's my coach. I listen to what he says. And he might, when food gets high, push it. But at the minute, he's like, you know, try to get as much real food as possible. But I give everyone intra carbs. You know, if it was my choice, I'd give myself intra carbs. But I think a nice 75 grams just sits well.
Yeah. Do you like cyclic dextrin, or do you just go basic, like maltodextrin or dextrose?
Oh, what do I use? I use dextrose, I think. I use dextrose.
Yeah. Do you find it bloats you, though? Bloats you like fuck?
No, Vitargo. No, I use Vitargo. Dextrose bloats me. I use Vitargo.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because Jamie's quite like, he's a very old school approach, isn't he, Jamie? Definitely.
Mate, he's as old school as it gets.
It works, isn't it? Like, basically, it shows for bodybuilding that these people overcomplicate everything with these spreadsheets and all this bullshit.
Oh, you don't need that. You know, whatever method you do will work if you give it 150%. That's all it is.
It's the effort, effort applied. Yeah.
Yeah, that, you know, people sometimes overcomplicate it for clients, and clients are not looking for that. You know, at the end of the day, the client cares, how am I going to look in 10 weeks?
Yeah. It's
You
not
know,
about that, oh, look at what colour I've used here and I'm going to do everything on a video. It's, at the
well,
end of the day, there are notes.
I'll use this as an example. In like, when I first came into the bodybuilding industry, in 2015, Eddie Abu was one of the best prep coaches around. You used to go see him, he used to give you a diet on a piece of paper and send you home. You know, you were getting results. It was on a piece of paper. That's why he doesn't believe prep should be done online coaching. So that's why you don't see him prepping anyone online. And he was one of the best prep coaches in the UK BFF for a while. And you literally got your diet on a piece of paper, you followed it, you came in and checked in 2 weeks, got a new diet on a piece of paper. You know, it's worked. It's worked for a lot of people.
Yeah. But if you start doing, or if anyone started doing that in the industry now, you'd be laughed at.
Yeah, you'd be laughed at, but he was doing it for years and no one batted an eyelid. And he was going to them UK BFF shows and clean enough.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, though, at the end of the day, like I tell all my clients, the thing you're after is a certain look. It doesn't matter how you get there. You're after a certain look. It's not like, it's like I say, the fancy spreadsheets or this, that, and everything. You're after a look. So if you keep it as basic as possible, they'll be easy. It's easier for them to follow. So they can adhere to the plan.
You know, I've worked with people and got spreadsheets before. It fries my brain. I just want it very basic, like eat this, and crack on.
Yeah. Execute the plan, and that's it.
Do you think that talking about like the people making it too fancy and things, that's like people try and use that as a selling point on online coaching and things? They like
100%. It's like
an academic and stuff. And do you think that's try and just like? Do you think there's much benefit to that?
There's benefits here and there, like, you know, benefits of if you want to be acute to tracking data. I've never tracked my sleep, and I've improved every year. You know, I don't track my heart rate when I need to. I eat when I'm hungry. You know, I don't track all these acute things. Maybe if I did, you know, I'd be a better bodybuilder. Maybe I feel too regimented. It would take the fun away from it. For me personally, I do think it is a selling point. Is, you know, as a coach, I'm doing more than the other coach. Or I'm doing this. That's great. Yeah. Like, my motto is, I stay in my lane. I don't care about any other coach. I don't compete with any other coach. My market's quite niche. I'm like, I put my clients out. My clients happy. That's all I care about. I don't care if Tom, Dick, or Harry's doing a spreadsheet, because that's not me. You know, I'm seeing that a lot now. You know, everyone's increasing their content to match the next person. It's just like, just do what works for you. Like yourself, if a WhatsApp diet works for you, do it, because you know, that's how you feel most comfortable. So me personally, I would never do spreadsheets, graphs, or anything like that. Good, just because what I'm comfortable with delivering.
Yeah, if you're good, if you deliver, you've got your knowledge and stuff and deliver results. There's no need to overcomplicate and do all that.
No, mate. You know, and
yeah, like so let's say 50 grams of oats and 30 grams of whey and 20 grams of peanut butter is the same meal, whether it's written down on a bit of paper or it's on a spreadsheet.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's you know, I don't care how it's delivered, just deliver it to me. That's all I care.
Yeah. So talking about like clients and things, how did you? The first time I remember meeting you was at me and Charlie prepped our mate at the Saxon, like 2008.
Yeah, we sat.
Yeah, Saxon Gym. Yeah.
Me, you, and Rob at Saxon Gym waiting for him to get tans. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. That was little Jase.
that was little Jase, yeah. That Jase ate Jase.
Yeah, that did, yeah. So how did you build? I remember you used to go around like regularly with Rob in the shows, didn't you? So how did you like build up your client base? Like, because I remember another thing. Didn't you originally start doing off season?
Yeah, so I just started doing off season coaching, because when I was learning, like, I just doing off season. And you know, I did say I used to watch Rob at every show, and I was like, Rob's just mainly prepping women. So I was like, oh, I think I can help guys. And then I helped a lot of guys for free at the start, or at cheaper prices. And then, you know, I was researching a lot of people. Obviously, I had a look. People don't know, me and Rob had a little spell with Milos Sarvek and learned a hell of a lot. Yeah. You know, when the cycle came through from Milos, I was like, is this a typo? Like, it was crazy.
What are we talking?
100 IU to slim.
I can't remember at the top of my head, but I remember me and Rob looked at him. We was like, we have to message him and ask if this is a typo because this is crazy. Like, and that's the honest truth. Like, because that was the first year I started experimenting with insulin. So, you know, people were saying like I started taking guys to shows and loading them up on insulin, and it's not every prep coach can know how to utilize insulin. You know, so I was just running guys flat and then carb loading them on insulin into the show, and then they'll come out bursting and stuff. So I learned a lot from that little spell with Milos. That's when I first actually used intra workout carbs when I experimented. And I experimented with insulin up to 20. I used pre and post workout.
Oh.
You know, at the minute I don't use it. I don't feel I need it at the minute. You know,
you're just lean, aren't you? You're still lean.
Yeah. So I also learned what a sweet spot for myself, my insulin tolerance. It's not 20 I use pre and post. At most, it's probably 8 pre and post. So I learned a lot on myself about, you know, when you start bodybuilding as a young person, you think more is better. And I learned very quickly it's not.
Yeah. When did you say... Yeah, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, I learned a lot by, you know, using Milos, using Rob. You know, then I use Callum Muscle Mentor. So I've used like the coaches I've used are 3-4 very different coaches, along with, you know, trying to learn, you know, because at one point I was going to use Matt Jansen, but I didn't in the end. Just didn't come to it. But yeah, just learned like from very different coaches, different coaching styles.
When would you say is like? When would you say is like?
Do you think like insulin is? Huh?
Sorry?
Your connection's a bit shit. Jay, your connection's pretty shit.
My connection's definitely. Do you think insulin and growth hormone is like is vital to make that next level physique?
I think growth is overrated more than it should be. Personally, you know, I personally think insulin is probably more effective than growth, just for many reasons. The cost factor, you know, you're running growth hormone, you've got the risk of it. Is it fake? You know, so, but when I did, because I didn't run growth hormone with insulin at first, I just started on insulin. Growth hormone is only something I've run for probably about 10 months maybe. You know, and then the first few batches, I probably got a lot of fakes. It's, you know, you take a roll of the dice when you get growth hormone. And a lot of people are saying, if you're not serious about, you know, like you're serious, in a few years you want to take it serious and be a pro. I say that if you want to be a pro bodybuilder, you have to invest in your bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And that is but you will not turn pro if you're not willing to invest. And, you know, I'm not just talking drugs, I'm talking invest in your sleep stuff. You know, all them 1%ers. Mate, the best thing I've done is invest in my bodybuilding in all aspects. You know, because I used to be like, L-glutamine, waste of money, or sleep product, waste of money, but it's them 1%ers that are going to make that look different.
Definitely. When would you say, like, in a bodybuilder's career, is the kind of time where you think about using something like insulin? Would you say you're a bigger guy in off-season and carbs are really quite high? To help nutrient partitioning, or like what kind of?
Yeah, it just helps transport nutrients efficiently. Yeah. So when your food's that high, you know, you just constantly. So when your food's that high, it's going to help transport their nutrients more efficiently. And you know, in my head at that time, I was like, I want to pack on size.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, it's like, what are the guys that I want to pack on size and aspire to be like? What are they doing? Like, because I'm not naive. I don't think Mr. Olympia is natural. And there's people out there that do. And that's why, like, people, like, if they ask me about PEDs, I'm open because I don't care, because I'm not going to bullshit anyone. And so, essentially, I sat down and I was like, what are the guys that I want to be like? What are they doing? You know, you're only as good as what you research, or research what the best guys are doing. Started at low dose and learned, you know, the pumps you get off it's like, fuck, you feel amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
So I think for me, that's probably one of the next steps I would take, because obviously I'm tall and I need to put on my frame. And I couldn't, my food gets pushed up to near 1,000 gram carbs. So like, and to stop from getting really, really fat and to help the partition it, that would probably be the next step I take. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I do say it did help. Like, running a legs push pull split and using a moderate dosage of insulin, I did feel help thicken out my frame. I will 100% say that.
Yeah. What did you start with? Like what kind of IUs did you start on? Like 4-5 or just?
No, I started on when I first started. I started on 5 pre, and it was just 5. Yeah. No, I started on 5. I started on 5 post workout. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because I was like, so every IU of insulin, you need to be having 10 grams of carbs.
Yeah, 10 grams of carbs.
Use 5 IU, you need 50 grams of carbs. So I was like, my post workout was cereal, squares, and fast acting, high GI carbs. I was like, bang, I'm covered. But I always say, so I started with 5, and then it was all right, I'm going to try 5 and 5 pre. So obviously put my intro up to about 60 grams. So I always like to have it a bit higher than what you should have, just to be in a safe catch. And then, over time, when your weight falls, you're like, all right, I'll creep it up. I was like, I'll go 10. I went 10, I went 15. Then I got 15. Then I just started feeling shit.
Yeah.
Then I learned, not more was better. Then when you're leaner, actually the less you use is better. Because there's the less chance of holding water on your physique as well. See, the more you use, the more water you're going to hold. Like, people don't realize the more GH you use, the more water you're going to hold. So I like to say, with GH, I like to say 3 IUs a day, 3 to 4 IUs a day. And, there's times I've used 8 IUs a day. And, you learn your body's tolerance, but what's my tolerance might be different for you.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Jamie, if you don't mind me asking, does he like high growth hormone or not?
Sorry?
Jamie, is he an advocate of high growth hormone in prep?
I'll be totally honest. In Dubai, me and Jamie were definitely high growth hormone, 100%. We pushed up to 8 IUs a day.
Yeah.
How's that split?
Doing 4. I was doing 4 in the morning for pre-bed. And I'm not talking like, I've had growth hormone from the UK and I've had it physically over the counter. It's real.
Yeah. Like, a lot of people say... a lot of people say that, like, when it's like generic, like it's almost half of what actually.
Yeah. Kind of it's nothing's ever going to beat something where you can get it from the pharmacy with a receipt, and that's what I realized. I was like, Jamie, my feet are fucking swollen, and I've never had that.
Hands,
mate, my feet and hands. He was like, yeah, just train for it, like, and it's just the quality of things I was using was just better, and that just came from where I linked back to investing in my bodybuilding, because for years I was like, you know what, it's expensive. When you break it down, it's probably a Nando's a week. If you're willing, 30 quid a week, Nando's full platter. So I got to a point where I was like, you know what, I'm willing to sacrifice that Domino's a week to put towards my end goal. So, but people don't, because I look at everything, like my whole cycle, I look at it over a monthly basis, and I'm like, if I sacrifice that, I can get that. That's when I was starting out. Because I was always like, you need to invest in your bodybuilding if you want to be good, because you instantly say, it's expensive. But if you look at your expenses, you can probably fit it in. If bodybuilding is your priority.
Yeah. It's the same with me at uni, because I have like a very fixed budget. So I have to budget every single pound I have. So you'd be surprised how it's not actually as expensive as people make out when you go out. Like when people are spending 100 quid a night out and shit like that. Like,
it's crazy. And you probably don't go on them nights out because, one, your sleep's affected. You don't enjoy it.
No. Like, you know what I mean? The bigger goal overrides that picture. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. When you're at uni and stuff, because I was there for a few years, it's short-term satisfaction.
It is, yeah.
It's short-term satisfaction never should override the long-term goal. Yeah. And it don't matter if you don't fit in social circles, because long-term, your social circles are going to support your goal, which is your bodybuilding. Yeah. Exactly. Everyone who's there at the start of your bodybuilding is still there now. Everyone who you meet in first semester, I can promise you, when you graduate, 2 years later, you'll never speak to them again.
Exactly. And also, I'm really lucky because, I don't know if you're following Jase, you might do. I live with my man Adam Ritz, and he's
I know him.
He's Slovakian, like he's a full, like, just me and him in our house, and we're both just all bodybuilding, so it's perfect.
Yeah. You're as good. That's what everyone was like. Why was your prep successful in Dubai? Because you're as good as your environment.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
And that comes down to if you're in relationships. Like Jake's very fortunate. He's got a partner who's in the sport, and for a lot of people, that's incredibly difficult because she's been there since his last week, so she knows. Let's be honest. 4 weeks out, Jake might not want to talk tonight. but she's not gonna fucking pester him and say, "Babe, let's watch Netflix. Let's watch Netflix." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so you're only as good as your support system and social circle. People like your prep will be so smooth if it's just you and Adam in that house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we do we check in together and stuff. It's just like pure bodybuilding, and that's exactly how it works. In Dubai, yeah, like in Dubai for you, it's bodybuilding.
Huh?
What did you say, Jay?
I thought Jake said,
can I move in? I said, can I move in, Charlie? I'll move in for prep.
If you pay the rent, mate.
Huh?
If you pay the rent,
what?
your connection is so bad.
Really? Wait, blame Fleur, not me.
Yeah, Dubai was crazy. Like, yeah. So going on to that, yeah. I'll always be an advocate of growth hormone. I'm moving forward. Definitely got loads of benefit. Jamie's happy for me to use it on season, off season. And yeah, Dubai for prep, like they love bodybuilding. It's a joke.
Yeah,
it's like, you know, it's so crazy. Like they're so behind the times, but they if you bodybuild, they appreciate it. Like I remember I rented out a car. He saw my WhatsApp picture. He was like, "You bodybuilder?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, sweet. I'll give you 50% off." I was like, "What?" Like, yeah, they like everyone meal preps in Dubai. Like, you know, it's crazy.
What's it like having all the food like cooked and prepared for you, Jase?
Like, you know what? After a long day, knowing that you don't have to come home and cook, it's a massive difference. You know, it saves. That's when you're like 3-4 weeks out and you know, you don't have to stand on your feet for 40-45 minutes looking for Tupperware. You know, it's a massive benefit for sure. It's a time saver. And again, when your brain's frazzled, you know, and you've got that mental fogginess to prep, you don't have to be like, you know, this meal's got to be 100 grams. You just wake up. Like I used to wake up, do my cardio. After my cardio, my meals are there.
Yeah.
It's fresh every day.
Every day. So what we used to do is get up, do an hour on the stairs, because this was the first prep I've ever used the stairs.
Oh.
Make stairs kill my legs. I didn't get a good relationship with stairs.
I used to say to everyone, the stairs eats your legs, but my legs were the biggest they were been. So I don't know if that was a combination of doing the stairs but keeping growth hormone in, so I still kept the fullness.
Yeah, I reckon it could have been.
Mate, I've gone from never doing stairs. So we used to do 60 minutes on the stairs and do calves and adductors every day. And then, you know, just go and be like, "Oh, my meal's ready." And they'll just give you your meals in a bag with your name on it and just go for the day.
Fuck yeah. Perfect.
So it was quite nice. And to be fair, I credit Jamie a lot because there were some days I used to go, like, Jamie is wired very differently. Like, I know I train hard. You know, I remember looking over to him and he was like, "Are you flagging?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Put 5 kilos on 5 more reps this next set." I looked at him, I was like, "What?" He was like, "That's the difference." Like, he's wired so different. It's a joke. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
He's a workhorse, isn't he?
Oh, mate, I remember we were doing Smith squats. It got to like, I'll be honest. I got to like 5 plates. He got to like 7 plates. And, you know, this was like the first session I had with him. He was like, "All right, I'm going to do 5 reps and drops at every plate." I was just like,
what to 1 plate aside?
To 1 plate aside.
Fuck yeah.
So like 7 drops.
Mate, I tell you, the videos on his Instagram, I was like, this guy's in a deficit. He's moving 7 plates on a Swiss squat and then drops it at the end. And I do truly believe, not just saying this because he's my mate, I think he will go to the Olympia. Like, you know, he was on prep. And I remember Flex Lewis, he was like, "Oh, Flex Lewis messaged me saying I'm looking good." It's like, what? And then after that, Sammy Al-Had followed him. He followed him back. And Sammy Al-Had just writ. He was like, "I'm following you because you're a threat." And I was like, yeah, that's fuel to the fire, mate. And he was like, literally, how can I not perform? And everyone saw the photos he put out. Like, I would check in and I'd sit there and I'd be like, what? Like, this is weird.
So much fuller compared to last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, so much bigger, so much fuller. Yeah. Like his whole prep, he stayed at like 230. His weight didn't move for like 6 weeks.
Leaner and leaner.
Yeah, just leaner and leaner and leaner. I think even he ended that prep like 10 days out at 222. But he's a magician with directors. He's like, I'll pull 10 pounds if it's fine.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. I learned a lot. I did learn a lot.
Yeah. Jake, do you want to get some questions then?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, what have I got? 2 secs. Did you get much, Jase, or not?
I'll go through mine after because it'll be on the phone, so I don't want to take it off the screen.
I'll got a couple if you want, Jake.
So, what is your? So this is a guy called Stan. What is the biggest deficit you've ever put yourself in a diet phase?
All right, so I'm not going to name the coach. You lot probably won't even know him. So when I first ever went to compete, I went to compete in Miami Pro. I'll be honest. No one.
Shame on you.
I didn't compete because when I say the deficit was so bad, I didn't make it like to complete the prep, and I'll say that.
Oh shit!
But I did. I remember looking at it a couple of weeks ago. I'll never forget. So I was on an hour cardio in the morning, half an hour weights. I was on an hour post workout and an evening gym session. So that's 2 hours cardio, 2 sessions a day. I'll never forget this story. I remember my intra workout was 5 grams of potato.
What's the point of that?
I remember saying, I was like, what do I do? Sprinkle this on my tongue? Because I didn't know much then, but I was like 5 grams. I was like, this ain't right. I remember I went out and bought the potato, and I looked at the scoop, and I looked at my teaspoon, and I was like, this can't be right. No, but I worked out.
That tub must have lasted like 2 years.
Oh, mate, it lasted so long. And so I remember that I was about 95 kilos or so. And I don't ever use my fitness power prep because I don't want to know. But I remember one day I was like, this don't feel right. And I calculated, I was like 95 kilos, 2 hours of cardio. I think my calories were like 890.
What the fuck?
And this is my own fault because I walked into my local gym and I was naive. I was like, I want to do a show who can prep me sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't bullshit you. I remember I had a shit session. I come out the gym and I cried.
Yeah.
It weren't like I was crying because I was being a little bitch. I was like, my hormones were so far.
Yeah.
In that sense, mate, I felt shit. Mate, I remember going in and like 60 kilos. I was like, I can't press this today.
Yeah. Well, you can't train on that many calories. You know what I mean?
Oh, mate, I remember my first meal was like 5 asparagus and like 150 grams of white fish 5 times a day, and it was like just carbs post workout. It was, but you know what I say? I learned a lot because I was like, I learned very quickly was that's not the way to diet someone. I was like, I learned very quickly. I said to someone, I was like, there must be like 100 ways to skin a cat because that's not right. Mate, my clem was like 180 mcg a day. Everything was like, just like, let's hammer. Hey?
Did you not feel like having a heart attack?
Mate, I was just like, you know, when you're first prep, you're like, I've got to do what I've got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? But like, I've got no pictures from that prep. That was like 2015. I've got no pictures. But if I look back at it now, like my face was literally like sunk. But yeah, so I didn't actually like complete that prep. Like that's when I was just getting my feet in bodybuilding, and then obviously I changed coach, went to Rob, then started prepping like properly, sort of thing.
Yeah.
What was your first show, Jase?
It was against Rob Taylor.
Oh, I saw that.
The one you.
Yeah, so I was actually a junior, but you know, as a junior, I was like so eager to compete because I was ready a bit early. And I said, Rob, I want to do a show. He's like, there's only English Grand Prix, you're going to have to do the men's. I was like, yeah, I'll do the men's. Did the men's. I got there. I remember getting there, like, Rob Taylor pulled up. There was like a coach of 50 people wearing TMU top, and I was like, great. I remember him coming up to me. We're really good mates. I remember him coming up to me like, you're right, kid. I was like, what? The next minute I knew he was in the class. So there was like 6 people. I come third, first show in the open.
That's good, yeah.
Because one thing I didn't have fullness in that show because I just didn't carry enough muscle, if I'm honest, but I was quite lean. And like I like to say, my shape always helped me regardless to class.
How heavy were you?
Hey?
How heavy were you?
I was about 101. You know what? So from the first time I ever competed to last year, I've always been the same weight.
That's mad.
It's mad. I've just got better. So that's when people say, are you sure you'll make classic? I'm basing it off you know, the last 3 years I've been the same weight, so I'm not gonna have a like magically put on 20 pounds stage weight.
Yeah. Do you think that
what's the lowest you got for weight days?
Sorry?
Sorry, go on, Charlie.
Oh, sorry. Do you think that maybe the years before you may have possibly over dieted and could have been heavier, and that's why?
Yeah, I do think I did possibly over. I do think maybe I possibly over dieted. This year I couldn't fault my diet. Like 2 weeks out this year I was 110, and all the pictures I put out I was still in condition.
You're fuller, and
our game plan was pretty much like when people were like, because in New Zealand, because it's a pro-am, they run the pro league weight. That's why we were doing New Zealand. And I think I could be under 109. So, and we was like, if you don't do that show and you've got to do a normal show, I think I could be like 104. And don't get me wrong, when people say, can you make weight? I'm like, unless you're Sasan condition, you can make weight. That's my mindset.
Yeah.
And I'm not. So I think even though like 2 weeks out we was 110 and we had to make like, you know, I was like, Jamie was like, get to 110, I can take 10 pounds off you with diuretics.
Yeah.
So that's the mindset, because don't get me wrong, in the future I would like to do open, but in my head I'm like, I would love to do a classic show first because my shape complements it, and then take a few years off, you know, because I don't want to compete every year from now till I'm 30, I'll be fucked. So my plan is next year, you know, I can't give it any longer than next year because I will outgrow the class. Like, it's very simple. Like, when people say to me, will I make it? It's not my decision. I message Jamie my picture. I say, will we make class? If he says yes, I say, okay. If he says no, I say, okay, we won't make it. So he's like, mate, you're going to make it. So the goal is obviously to compete there, because I'm not being I think if I compete, like my mindset now is the way I bring my physique next year, I'll be able to walk into a pro show and get top 6. That's you know, you set your goals high. Yeah. Especially in that classic, I'll be top end the weight limit and my shape's there. So that's why I'm like, you know, the reason I want to do it is because I'm like, I feel like I can do good in this class.
Yeah.
I'm far off from doing a pro qualifier for the open, very far off, no matter how good my shape is. And I was like, if I did steal a pro card in like Thailand, I've then got to take 6 years off.
Yeah. Like,
so it's like, I'm trying to just make small achievements for now, because I'm like, you know, when people say, can I make the weight? I'm just like, if the coach says I can, I can. End of the day, Flex Lewis was 212 for 7 years and he come in 212 every year. He made the weight, got better every year.
Yeah.
So, you know, I might have to struggle, and, you know, if I have to struggle 1 year for it, but the goal's achieved, then I can take 2-3 years off and enjoy it. So it's a bit like that. But yeah, the biggest calorie deficit, running 900 gram of carbs, crying after the gym and not being able to bench 60 kilos.
Yeah, I would love to see a 115 kilo Super Jase though on stage.
And you know what? I was having this chat the other day. I think my frame will be able to carry like 112 on stage.
I reckon like a few years time, if you like run your pro card in classic and like compete a few times and then take a few years to grow.
Yeah.
115 on stage would look insane.
Oh, that's the plan. Remember, I'm still, like I say to people forget I'm 25, you know. If I get it next year, if I get it next year at 26 and then compete, like slowly grow and I'm like 30, we know how much tissue can be put on in 4 years.
Yeah. And what you got to think is, if you're looking at the top level supers, like open, they're all in their primes from 30 to 40. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Oh, 100%.
It's no rush.
No rush. So what's the next question?
John, did you get any?
What is it?
I got mine. Do you want mine?
Goals for business, you, Jase, in the next 5 years. Business goals in the next 5 years.
Business goals? Oh, wow. So, it does go hand in hand. So I don't want to be the best prep coach in the industry. That doesn't aspire to me. I just want to be the best in my own little bubble. You know, right now I'm happy with just helping this. Like, I help a lot of people. I'm happy with just helping the people I've got year on year and slowly just achieving more. But I want to do it in a way as well as, you know, there's a lot of prep coaches out there, but there's not many prep coaches that are prep coaches and that equally as good bodybuilders. So that's always been my goal. I was like, you know, if I can enjoy the sport from my behalf, but also help people on the way, to me, that's a realistic goal. Like, I've got no goals of buying a gym or nothing like that, because, you know, I like going into the gym, doing my work there and not having to worry about it, you know. So yeah, the goals for me are just, you know, equally grow the business and achieve my personal goals while doing that.
Yeah.
You know, because it's personal dependent. Like, for example, I know James very well. James Ollington, he doesn't have no interest in prepping people because his sole focuses on him being the best bodybuilder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you got some coaches, their sole focus are on being the best coach. So I'm like, I want to enjoy both of them. But, you know, not be the best, but just be good at it. A household name in both, I've always said I'd like to be.
Yeah. In the last couple of years, like, your coaching business has just blown up massively. Like, how many clients did you start off with and how many do you have now?
You know what? I'll be honest, last summer I ran 200 clients.
Oh my God.
And I was like, it was too much. It was too much.
Yeah.
I was just like, my phone didn't stop every day. And it's not healthy because, you know, you get to a point you think you can help everyone in the world and you can't.
No.
Because people say to me, fucking hell, like, you can post 3 clients a day. Like, I do it I post like 2 clients every day. And I have done for months. I'm like, because I worked with so many at one point. And like, one point it was literally like I was on my phone 24/7. You know, and it wasn't like I'll be honest, I used to look at the phone and get anxiety. I was like, oh, shit. Do you know what I mean? So I got a sweet balance now, but I started with just like 3 or 4 and it just slowly grew. And I'm quite fortunate because I've lived in a lot of areas. So like I've lived in London, I've lived in Essex, so I've been in them gyms, so I know a lot of people in the gyms. And obviously, like, I like to believe, like, I get on with guys like you. I'm very down to earth. I'm just like, you know, I'm not rude, but I'm like, I'm going to tell you, you know, if you ask me a question, I'm going to be very honest. And you just build friendships and then it just goes from there. And, you know, that's pretty much. But now I'm at a sweet spot now. I'm happy, like, you know, I have like 3-4 days off a week and, you know, I enjoy my training. It doesn't tax me. So, yeah, you find a sweet spot and you got to learn, you know, you can't help everyone. You've got to still find your happy medium and enjoy your downtime.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So do you have a cap on? Yes.
Sorry?
Do you have a cap on your class? You have a cap?
Yeah, it's about 100 people now. 100. Like, don't get me wrong. When I said I had 200 on the books, a lot of them were lifestyle, so a lot of them didn't check in.
Yeah.
Right.
So now it's like, if you're not going to check in, like, I'd rather you just not waste the time because that's someone else who have that spot.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So, yeah, that's it.
Mate, for having Jase, for having 200 clients last year while you were prepping me, mate, your response time was on it.
Oh, yeah, but don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not biased. If you're on prep, I'm going to favour you as a response.
Mate,
like,
I was up at like 4:30 texting you about check-ins.
Yeah, because everyone would be like, Jase, you don't sleep. I was like, last year I didn't have an opportunity to sleep. Like, I used to have to be up.
Yeah, man. I remember, because I couldn't sleep either, so I'd be up, like, get my dad to take photos at 4:30. And then I just sat there on my end of my bed waiting for your response. And it wouldn't be long after. So, yeah, no,
it was like, because I was like, shit, all the prep guys need to be responded to. But I remember I went to the UK BFS shop, P.6 on my phone died for the day. I turned it on when I got in the car, it was like 137 WhatsApps. I was like, oh, fuck. That's when I was like, this isn't really manageable.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I remember, I don't know if you remember, but for my second show, I think you were abroad somewhere.
Yeah. I was in Ibiza.
Yeah.
But I was still like, my mates don't get it. Like, they'll be like, mate, you're on holiday, but you're on your phone. I'm like, my work, it's not 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, because you were on it there, mate. I remember you were telling me to shuttle down those cookies.
Oh, yeah, cookies. That was good. You're meant to cook. Yeah, so I learned very quickly, you can't help everyone and don't get greedy because it can pay well, so don't get greedy. And I got very greedy at one point, so I'll be honest.
Yeah, at least you like can recognise that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just like, it's not worth it, mate. I was like looking at my phone like, fuck. Like, I don't get me wrong, the work was never a stress, but it was just like, I've got a lot to do tonight.
It's a lot, yeah. And also, like, thought process as well, when you're like, doing check-ins, when you've got 200 clients checking in, you've got to think 200 different goals, 200 different people. And
oh, mate, even that, you know, I'd be at a client show. Like, I'll be honest, client shows do take it out of me because you're constantly with the client all day, like, eat. Then I'd get back and I'd be like, shit, I've got to pick up some of these. And I was like, Sunday, I've got to get up and pick up these. But I learned a lot how to manage it.
Yeah, it definitely got your name out there, do you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's helped massively. I'm just unfortunate that shows didn't go on this year. You know, I had 15 people in the first show. And I don't like, everyone looked like, for first timers, they look like they've competed 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, like Chacho, whatever his name is.
Oh, mate, you look, it's crazy. First ever show, I was like, mate, you're better than it. you're better than a lot of guys that have competed in 2 or 3 shows. So
Yeah,
just Corona fucked everything.
Mate, it's such a best day, isn't it? But life goes on.
Yeah. Did you manage to hold on to? Did you lose many clients during Corona or not?
No, I didn't really. Like, you lose a few, and then people realise the gyms ain't opening. I need accountability.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, and it just swings in roundabouts. Again, like same as summer winds, you'll lose a few. Christmas will come. They don't want to get overweight. They'll come back. They're just always swinging roundabouts.
Mate, trust me, I'm a one-on-one PT, and that's all you get.
That's all you get, mate. You get guys. When I was PTing, mate, you get guys for 6 weeks. You won't see them. They come back for 6 weeks. They don't change because it's like you're not consistent.
Yeah. The thing is, what I found, Jason. Well, have you done one-on-one PT? You do one-on-one.
Yeah, I was doing it last year while coaching, while doing shows.
Mate, with my work, it's just like people love the idea of having a coach or a PT, but they don't want to put in the work. They don't. Lifestyle clients. They love they think I'm paying 300 quid for a block of 10, but that means I'm gonna be super fit and I'll look exactly how I want to in like 2 days.
I used to do PTs and client will come on Friday morning. She's like, "Oh, I had Thursday night drinks." I'm like, "Great. What's the point of being here?"
Yeah, you've just fucked it up already.
Yeah, I'm just like, it just doesn't like, people like the idea of it to say to their friends, "I've got a PT."
Yeah, definitely.
They feel like
did you
they've accomplished something by having a PT, but you haven't till you've actually changed.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't get me wrong. When I was one-on-one, someone was like, "How do you still progress through a period like this?" And the answer is, if you're meticulous to end goals, you just be resilient. Like, at the end of the day, people moan, the gyms are shut. Boris hasn't victimized anyone. Everyone's in the same boat. You adapt. Like, you boys have invested heavily in gym equipment. Like I said to someone the other day, a client messaged me 6 weeks into lockdown and was like, "I've still got no gym kit." I said, "I know you spend £30 on a cheaper every week." I said, "If you saved up for 6 weeks, you could buy a barbell for 100 quid. It's just, it's like, I'm not sitting here saying everyone buy the fucking home gym and hat. Like, I'm seeing people buy hat squats and that. If you can afford it, fair play. Buy a dumbbell, buy 220 kilos. If you're, like, someone signed up with me today and they said, "I've got nothing." I said, "Your goals don't mean that much to you, because you can get a bike for 40 quid on Argos." So it's just like, you just if your goal means a lot to you, you'll find a way to do it. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, mate, like, whatever your hobby is, you find a way. When you're a fucking football fan, the game in Manchester, you find a way to get there. It's like your goal's bodybuilding. You find a way to train, no matter how long it takes or how much it costs. You always sacrifice and find a way. So yeah, I think at first a lot of people were like, "Oh," but then they realise, if I don't do anything, I'm going to leave this lockdown worse. And I think a lot of people, I'll say this, you boys might agree, your boys' lifts will go tremendously up because your factory movements like back squats that you don't usually do. So you're hitting the muscles the way you don't hit them. When you go back to the gym, I guarantee you're going to be like, "Shit, like, my legs are fucking growing."
Yeah. Like me, our back workout, Jake, is literally everything. It's a lower back loading exercise. So we do like barbell row, RDL, dumbbell row, nose row, like, do you know what I mean? Heavy shrug, barbell shrug, everything is heavy compounds. So
yeah, so it's you're only going to benefit you when you go back onto machines and can be a bit more acute. So you got to just look. Like, I see Matt Jansen, man. The guy's in lockdown still progressing more than he did outside. People are hitting PBs, so it's obviously working.
Yeah, I think it only really affects, like, this lockdown only really affects people who don't know how to use a barbell, really.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Like
I put on my story.
Sorry?
That's exactly what I put on my story, isn't it? Like, people who are buying all this kit and stuff, do they not know how to use a barbell?
Oh, mate, some of the kit I'm seeing buying, I'm like, this is for show.
Yeah.
You don't need fair play. If you've got disposable cash like that, fair play. But if I was you, I'd be fucking investing it in, Class A eggs or, meat from the butchers is not cheap. I'd be looking at, like, I can train with a barbell, but what if I got this spare cash, the quality of steak I'm getting every night, mate, I got my steak today from fucking Asda. I wish I got it from the butchers, you know what I mean? But, if I had that spare cash to spend £1,000 on kit, I probably wouldn't. I probably, be like, my nutrition could be better in this aspect of, if I'm using my protein whey, probably not use that and use a better quality whey. Because that's just how I see it. I'm like, I'd rather spend more on investing in my actual bodybuilding than just buying loads of kit.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same with that. Exactly
the thing is, it's going to be like, when the gyms will open up again, and they're just sat in their garden with like a leg extension, a leg press, a hack squat.
Mate,
what are you going to do with it then? Are you going to
no matter how much gym kit you buy, it's not going to beat the gym environment.
Nah.
Like, there'll be guys that will progress more than you with just a barbell. Mate, the barbell's the king.
Well, at least we'll do that. We have a barbell.
Yeah, man, the barbell's the king.
Sound, man.
Mate, I remember the first garden workout I did, I'm not going to lie to you, I put up on my story, I was like, did 10 by 10 GBT squats. I did 4 sets and my back was blowing. I just posted I did 10.
To be fair,
mate,
I didn't believe you did 10 sets.
Mate, I got 4 sets.
Yeah, I said
you're
like, no way he's done that.
Mate, my back was like it's been beaten with a baseball, but I was like, shit. Yeah, no, it's been fun, let's say.
It's all for the marketing, mate. Marketing's fun. Cool.
Yeah, good marketing, I guess.
Right, I have a interesting question. What are your head preferences for off-season and for prep? Like your main compounds you tend to fit?
I'll go into prep because prep's more exciting. So, prep is very different to a lot of people. So, this year I use injectable Winstrol.
Yeah.
In my arms. Funny enough, everyone says my arms are my most improved body part this year. Don't know if that's got anything to do with it. No, but for myself this year, I use 2 things I don't normally use. I use Halo Test, and I use, which I saw myself getting harder day by day. And I use injectable Winstrol, which if you get proper injectable Winstrol, I can't fault it. Like, simply I put 1 mil into my biceps every other day. 1 mil into my bicep, 1 mil into my tricep every day. Because this year I was like, we're going for broke. I was like, we're going for it, so we're going to do that. And then I like to favour Primo. I think it's very underrated.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never used it, but
I sort of say I rate Primo higher than Tren. Because to me, I describe it as Tren without the sides.
It's legit, that is.
Yeah. Well, it was like £6 a shot.
Woo.
So you can imagine that, and I was doing at least 600 to 800 meg a week. So back in the prep, I remember waking up and I was like, today I feel like a dartboard. Yeah, no. So those are
a pin cushion.
Yeah, those are my 3 for prep from this year. It was injectable Winstrol, Halo Test, and Primo. Off season, I'm a massive advocate of obviously your standard tests. You got to say Primo in the off season again, and equipoise.
What about Nandrolone or anything like that?
Yeah.
You know what? I put NPP in today, and it's the first time I've ever used NPP.
You're gonna like it.
Yeah, first time I've always heard about it. I've always been like, So I put MPP in today. So I think it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 100 meg. So I say I get them with that, but typically I've always got to test them both in the off season.
Yeah, just the basics, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Normally I would like to run a mastron to keep quite tight, but obviously now I've gone with Prima Bowen instead.
Yeah.
But I'm due to clear out very, very soon. So. Don't know what it'd be up to Jamie. So it could be probably a cruise. Yeah. On like 300 for I don't know how many weeks till he decides. But
just get blood markers back in track and go again.
Yeah, pretty much. And then go from there, assess, and got to plan it accordingly to when the show dates come out. Really. Yeah. So it's literally cruise till there's a show date in mind, because where New Zealand got cancelled and it's not been rescheduled, I'm like, because I've still got flights to go there. I'm like, if this show is on the same date next year, I don't want to waste the flights. They're £1,000 flights. So I'm like, in my head, we're like, the show's not going to be rescheduled because it's June now. It's just going to be bypassed and put on next year. So if that's the case, I think we start prepping like December.
Yeah.
So it's like 5 months of like rejigging the wheel pretty much.
Okay, what are you weighing at the moment?
About 124, but I've never been in this condition at 124.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, you look like you've rebounded very well, and you're probably going to find it even harder to make weight.
Oh yeah, which I probably am, and I'll probably make the weight, nearly kill myself, and all you boys will be like, "I told you so," but then I'll be like, "But I did get a pro card, so it was worth it."
That's all that matters, isn't it, really?
But I'm very honest. Like, if I commit to a prep, I'll finish it. In our head, Jamie's like, "Let's commit to it." But if I don't make weight, if I have to kill myself to make weight, and I don't get the goal I set out within 2 or 3 shows, and I have to take another off season, I'll have to change class. You know, in my head, I'm like, I just want to try it because I wasn't able to try it this year. Like, you know, when you're a kid and a toy gets taken away from you, like, I'm going to do everything to get this toy. So it's like, I just want to say, you know, I tried to win my pro card in Classic with 2 or 3 attempts. Like, if it don't happen, I'm not going to take an off season and go again. I'm going to say, do you know what, I'm going to take time off.
Yeah.
I think if I got on stage this year and I didn't get it and I was forced to take time off, I'd then be like, I'm 100% changed. But where I haven't tried it, I'm like, do you know what? I just want to try it, you know, and just see. It might pay off, it might not. But I do know there will be a heavy off season in due course, which will get crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Any more questions, Jake?
Because even now, like, I'm 124. My carbs are only like 500 a day. They've been at like 1,100 before.
I was about to say, your food's really low for your weight.
That's mad.
Yeah, because every week we're just like, you're going up, you're going up, you're going up. And we're like, well, there's no need to just push food. So it's weird.
He's still using, you got there?
Sorry?
Are you still using, like, your farmer grade stuff you got there?
Oh, mate, I brought back 10 pens. Jamie texted me, was like, Jase, I opened my fridge, there's 2 growth pens. Like, literally, I was like, I'm stocking up. I was like, in case we hit a recession after this, I've got enough.
Yeah.
No, man. So I brought back farmer grade growth hormone and farmer grade test. And yeah, those are good. And I've got farmer primo. So yeah, that's pretty much, when that's out, it's out. So, you know,
choose wrong. Yeah.
Huh?
Choose wrong when you're back over here, really.
Yeah. Rum's, I do like rum, but it'd be interesting to see if I feel a difference going from farmer grade to rum. That's the only way I'll be able to tell, but I can only deal with what I've got at my disposal at the minute. So, no, I'll probably be going on to rum when I cruise, so I won't be able to know if it's the gear or just me cruising.
Yeah. Interesting to see.
Jay, question?
Really good.
Question, bro.
It's another food one. Preferred carbohydrates, but I think we talked about that, basically just like you keep it pretty simple for now, don't you?
Rice. If I could have 6 meals of rice a day, I'd have 6 meals of rice.
I love rice.
Mate, Jamie ripped my diet.
So you're not missing.
I remember when he ripped my diet, he said, what carbs do you want? I said, 6 meals of rice. He was like, what? Mate, we started off with 6 meals of rice. I love rice.
Jake, so you need to go on Amazon and get the sushi rice.
Yeah, that's the best one.
It's insane, mate. So good.
Yeah, just like, I like to keep my carbs simple. I bloat a lot. A lot of food makes me bloat.
Yeah.
I can't go out and have a Domino's. The next day I'll be ruined. So
I'm exactly the same.
Yeah, I like to just use carbs I know sit well with me and just eat more and more and more.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, it's productive. Yeah.
Definitely.
So like not missing the bagels or anything like that.
No. Like, last year I went through a prep like bagels, jam. But at the minute, like, mate, just give me rice, ketchup, and mustard. I'd eat like a kilo, easy.
Yeah.
So have you found, because like obviously like nowadays it's like almost like a fad that you can give, like people give clients like cereals and bagels and bits and bobs. Have you then transitioned that into your own clients? So like giving them more like just rice, simple carb meals, or
giving them what, sorry?
How are you going about that?
In what, sorry?
So your approach is very simple, like with your carbohydrates, like rice.
Yeah.
Are you doing that for your own
No,
or are they still
no.
bagels?
That very old school approach is you've got to be very anal to your goals to adhere to it, I believe, because, you know, it's nice to train and have a reward, because I see cereal as a reward. You know, it is, you know, if you're a lifestyle client and you get a bowl of cereal, you're like, yeah. You know, I'll be honest with you, I'd rather eat a bowl of cereal than 300 grams of rice. Don't get me wrong. You know, but just because I'm trialing it, it doesn't mean it's for my clients or it's for me. You know, so I'd rather just give people the fun foods that are necessary, you know. And it depends on your goals. Like if you're just a lifestyle on and off season, fair enough. But you know, if you're like, I want to go for my pro card, yeah, use them cereals. But last 2 or 3 weeks, you're probably just going to use simple foods. But, you know, yeah, just because I do it, it's not for everyone. Like, you know, I don't give anyone just plain food posts. Like, unless you're a female, you can have like a wrap and hex sausages or something like that. But any males, I'm like, you need to get you need, like, at the end of the day, if you're a bodybuilder and you want to grow, you need to get a huge chunk of carbs in as quick as possible. You know, if you're going to compare like 200 grams of cereal to rice, you're going to be eating like 500-600 grams of rice. And it's just, by the time you eat that, you could be fucking prepping for your next meal. So I personally wouldn't give it to anyone just because I use it. Yeah. You know, because I've had guys message me, bro, I just want to go Whole Foods. After a week, they're like, no, I want to go back to cereal.
It's because they think they're hardcore.
Yeah, and it's not. Like, I say this to a lot of people. Just because my prep was a bit more hardcore this year, there's nothing cool about it. Like, people think it's cool to be the hardcore bodybuilder. There's nothing cool about it. No one cares. Like, when I got guys like, bro, I don't use any ketchup or seasoning, I say, great, that's good for you. Because I remember I was using so much ketchup, Jamie took ketchup out my diet.
Oh, God.
He was like, I remember he gave me the tab, he was like, you're only allowed to do a W. That was my instruction.
Just do a massive W.
He gave me the tab, he was like, I want you to do a W, I want to see what it's like. He's like, you're only allowed to do a W. Because I just love sauce, but yeah, people seem to think like, you know, I see posts on Instagram, I'm using no sauce or seasoning. Don't make it harder than what it is. You know, it's like, I want to be the most hardcore. No one cares. No one cares.
Or the hardest worker in the room.
Yeah, because I can be the most hardcore and someone kick my ass loading up on Pop-Tarts backstage. It don't matter. Yeah. It don't matter what you eat. It just, you know, like a lot of guys are like, oh, I'm going to show 500 grams of carbs. The judge don't say how much carbs you're eating. Yeah. No, mate, I'm sure I've had my ass kicked by people that have done like 0 carb weeks. You know what I mean? It's just like people want to be the most hardcore bodybuilder. It's make the process as easy as possible. I guarantee you enjoy it more.
Yeah. Way more.
Yeah.
Jake, have any questions? Have any questions, Jake?
Do I have any?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I've done. Yeah, I didn't get too many.
I've done everything there on mine.
That's good, man. It's been a good podcast.
Yeah, I mean, that's sound like it's been good. That's good, man.
Thanks for coming on, Jake, mate. Thanks for
when are you competing next, Jake? When are you planning?
So I was looking at the August. You know, the two bros announced the calendar.
Yeah.
I doubt it's going to go. Yeah, but it was like August the 14th.
Yeah.
So I'm dieting down for that. That's my goal. So I am dieting currently.
Yeah. I think that show will go on.
If you do.
I think, I mean, you know, you've got to have that mindset now. It's like that show is on till it's called off. You can't be like, now it might in your head. It's got to be like that show. They said it's on, so it's on.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going for, mate. I'm still a junior. I'll still do the juniors.
Yeah, you'll clean that up easily.
Yeah. So that's the goal, mate. But if not, I would like to compete early, go into a productive off-season and compete early in like Saxon at the PTA next year.
Yeah, regardless of what happens, so if you get there and you don't do it, you'll have a good rebound anyway. Yeah. Charlie, yourself?
Yeah, exactly. So,
I don't think I'm going to compete.
Charlie, what are you doing?
I don't think I'm going to compete till late next year. Because
is that why you sort of mini cutting now to refresh?
Yeah. So basically, I need to, for me, because I'm tall, I need to like hit a heavy weight but in decent condition, Because I when I like compare my physique, I'm not really comparing it to juniors.
No, and that's the mindset you should have.
Yeah. I'm compared to class 1 and like almost open, because that's all classic kind of the big. I'm not comparing to other juniors, because next time I'll be on stage, I want to like I should be in the men's class. So
yeah, people will be like, this cunt's not a junior.
Yeah, exactly. I'm only 20, so if I compete next year, late next year finals, and then go off season until maybe May, June, and then do finals next year, then
mate, it's simple. Like I said, my 30th bulk was the best bulk. Just get heavy and strong.
Yeah. I don't want to get as fat as last time, but like, I've been like 285 before, but I was fat as fuck.
No, but every time you pull down and go up, you just get better.
Yeah.
If you want to progress, I say to people, if you've got a longer season, you need to do that 2 or 3 times, and you'll see a massive difference. But I just say get heavy, get strong, but get strong at all movements. A lot of guys get strong at one movement and then keep their program for like a year.
Yeah.
100%. I said it to you the other day. I was like, mate, you've got a good future. Like, feel that frame, game over.
Yeah. Well, I've been in off season since 2019, so.
Yeah, the thing for Charlie is he's only 20, aren't he? 20?
Mate, it's like to have that
20
much muscle as a 20-year-old. It's like shit. That's a lot of muscle.
Well, in the year, this is how I think about it. In the year I had, I reckon it would have been like 20, 25 pounds heavier, because I sucked down like fuck last year.
Yeah, no, and you only rebound better. Even that show, like, I don't like talking about parts, but I see pictures and I'm like, I don't know what, like, I'm like, I would have had you placed there, but you know what, we sit back and say, now you've got a vengeance, and that's what
exactly. That's how I see it anyway. But before that prep, I was only like, I started prep then, like skinny fat, like 180 kilos.
Yeah, so you're going to have a much better prep base now anyway. So the better start point, the better end point.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Because I had to like grow and get lean at the same time. So I have to even think about that. So, yeah.
Where are you now, at your uni house or your parents?
I'm back home, so...
Mate, just eat all the food while you're back home.
Yeah, mate, that's what I'm doing, mate. Got all my food, my rice, my sushi rice.
Just take the piss, mate. Eat all your parents' food. Just do it. Mate, I remember when I was a student, I used to go home and eat everything. Everything.
Dad won't be happy. Dad won't be happy.
Mate,
he don't eat anyway.
Dad won't be happy.
Mate, I used to eat all the food. My mum used to be like, you need to go home.
Go back to
anything.
Yes, our dad puts his name on his own food, so we don't eat it.
I was like, I didn't see it.
Well, he's actually even better. He's put a lock on his cupboard with his carb sources in, so like his pasta and stuff, so we don't nick them.
That's hilarious. I went to my mum's like 2 days ago. My niece had baby rice. I ate it. I was like, it's got to go. So, mate, just use this time, like, Charlie. Just use this time, Charlie, to just eat and rest, mate. You'll be surprised how much you can grow just resting.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And you know what? I think people, I don't necessarily say in a time like lockdown, take more rest days, because your rest throughout the day is so much greater. You can get away with training more and just resting throughout the day.
Yeah. Well, I'm back on blast now, so.
Yeah, your recovery and everything. Just like give it 3 or 4 weeks and fly in.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
It'll be good.
Right, mate. Let's wrap up there. Thanks for having me on, Jase.
No worries. A pleasure. Pleasure.
Right.